What up guys, how's it going? No, it feels so weird to not be whooshing. I should try to whoosh. Should I try to whoosh? I have coffee in my hands. I'm afraid I'll spill it all over myself if I whoosh. Whoosh! What up, reader fam? That was bad. That was very, very bad. Let's never do that again. Ever again. It's not happening. No more whooshes like that. If you're not gonna go all in with the whoosh, then don't do the whoosh at all. Today's video is going to be very chill. I just felt like having a little chill, chit chat in bed today, and that's what we're gonna do. I got my coffee, I got my books, and I got my bed, and I've got you guys. I don't need much more. Living my best life right now. I decided that I would do just a chill chit chat video today because my video on Monday was kind of crazy and extra, which this video is gonna be extra too because I'm just an extra person. And the video on Friday is gonna be extra, read all about it. I kind of went all out for my Friday video, so look forward to that. And while those videos are fun and I enjoy going all out for my videos, sometimes it's nice to just like sit back and have a conversation with you guys. It's been raining today and that's just making me want to read all day, like just ditch all my responsibilities and just read, which I honestly may or may not make that happen. For some reason, reading while it's raining outside is incredibly nostalgic for me. Actually, not just for some reason, I know the reason why it's nostalgic. I have this one specific memory of being a kid and going to Barnes & Noble with my mom and having her buy me the Carnivorous Carnival, which is one of the books in the series of Unfortunate Events series, and coming home after that visit to Barnes & Noble and just completely devouring that book. So now every time I read while it's raining, it just like brings me back to that memory and I just think about that time in my life for some reason. So every time I read while it's raining, it's just like a portal back to that time in my life. And it's just one of those memories that makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. I think it's partly because I was like 8 or 9 during this specific memory, and that was a very carefree time in my life. And as life goes, things change and I have a lot more responsibility now, and I can't just do whatever the heck I want anymore. I mean, I can, but it comes with consequences. I've been reading a lot of mediocre books lately, but I did read a book that I was completely surprised by. It just caught me off guard, and that is Under Rose-Tainted Skies by Louise Cornell. I had the random urge to pick this book up off my bookshelf recently, and I'm so glad that I randomly decided to pick this one up because I so enjoyed it. It was one of those kind of unexpected emotional reads, and thankfully around the time that I picked this up, I was in the mood for a book like this. I needed a book that would punch me in the feels, and this is the one that did just that. The reason why it's so emotional is because we have a character who is dealing with a lot of things that affect her everyday life. Our main character Nora deals with OCD, agoraphobia, and severe anxiety issues, so it definitely was not a lighthearted read, but I really appreciated the story. But I'm so glad that I picked this book up. I feel like it just taught me so much about agoraphobia, OCD, and anxiety, people who have severe anxiety issues. You hear of people having these things, but you never fully understand it, and I mean, I still don't fully understand it. You can never fully understand it unless you have OCD, agoraphobia, or severe anxiety issues, but I feel like I understand it a little bit more than I did before going into this book, and that's why I so appreciated this book. So it was nice to read this book because I feel like recently I've just been reading a lot of mediocre books, and that's been really unfortunate for me. And the thing is, I've had such an amazing reading year so far. Like, I've been reading left and right, but a lot of the books that I've been reading have just not been that great, and it's super hecka frustrating. I want to read books that I'll potentially love, but that's just not been happening much this year. Mind you, there have been some diamonds in the rough, like Under Rose-Tainted Skies. This was a diamond. Thank you for being a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. And I just recently finished rereading A Darker Shade of Magic, which was for sure a diamond. Like, you could put this book on a ring band and propose to somebody with it. It could pass as an engagement ring because it's that much of a diamond. I actually had no plans to reread this book this year. I was just going to go into the second book and then carry on with the third book this year and finish up this trilogy. But boy, oh boy, am I glad that I decided to reread A Darker Shade of Magic. I really enjoyed this book the first time I read it, but I don't know that I ever reached that like die-hard love feeling for this book. But with this second go around, I have that die-hard love feeling for this book. Like, I now for sure 100% have this book locked down as a favorite book. And it took me rereading this book to realize that. Specifically, something that I remember not being a huge fan of my first go around was the character Lila, but what the heck? I'm so on board with Lila now. I have plans to film a discussion video on this. I did do a review on this book, but I'm going to re-review it because I'm kind of obsessed with this book now and I need to talk about it. And I'm so excited to carry on with this trilogy now. Even though I've heard that very few survive the third book, that it wrecks people, but I am fully prepared to be wrecked. Shatter my heart into a million pieces, Victoria Schwab. I can take it. Something else that I really want to talk about is something that I talk about a lot on my channel, and that is the idea of having a lot of unread books. I'm somebody who goes back and forth between the idea of it being okay to have a lot of unread books to being completely stressed out by the amount of unread books I have. And I know I shouldn't care that much. I know it's really genuinely not a big deal. Like first world problems. I have a lot of unread books on my shelves and it's stressing me out. Like seriously, talk about first world problems. For some reason, it's just been like weighing down on me a lot, and I don't enjoy having a lot of unread books. It's a dream of mine to get my TBR pile down to like just 5 books. Recently, I've just like felt the weight of unread books on me. Like it just stresses me out. I don't know why. It's super dumb. Why am I letting unread books stress me out? I don't know why. It's stupid, I know. But I've just been thinking a lot about it recently, and I miss having just like a small little pile of unread books. I did recently unhaul quite a few books, and I didn't film an unhaul video for it because for me personally, I'm not gonna film an unhaul video unless I've read the books and I'm getting rid of them, because then I have like specific reasons as to why I'm getting rid of them. Like I didn't like those books, so that's why I'm getting rid of them. Whereas if I were to make an unhaul video for all these unread books, I would just be like, I don't feel like reading this book anytime soon, so it's gotta go. This book has been on my bookshelf for forever. Am I ever gonna get to it? Probably not, so it's gotta go. So yeah, there's not gonna be an unhaul video, but you detectives can probably just like look at my bookshelves and compare to like past videos and see which books are missing. But I should really stop letting unread books stress me out because it's not a big deal. I have many years ahead of me where I can read those books, and I shouldn't let it get to me. You guys should let me know down below in the comments how you deal with that. Like, do you care if you have a lot of unread books? Do you not care at all and you're just like, it's whatever? Let me know all your thoughts. On Monday, I posted a video about being a mood reader, and I was so surprised by the response. I wasn't expecting to have so many people relate to that video for some reason. Like I knew like quite a few people would, but I feel like almost every commenter was like, I relate, this is me. Wow, I feel attacked right now. It was honestly so cool to hear from so many of you guys and to hear that you were the same way, because I was not expecting that at all. But I wanted to talk about some of the books that I am currently like in between, in the middle of, because of the fact that I am a mood reader. A majority of these books that I'm going to show you are ones that I just have not finished off yet because I got into the middle of them and my mood shifted. I've got 6 books to show you that I've started and haven't completed because of my mood. First up, I'm in the middle of King's Cage. Where's my bookmark at, yo? There it is. I'm on page 209 with King's Cage. And the thing with King's Cage is I was mostly not in the mood to carry on with it because of the fact that I got so bored. Like nothing is happening, except there is stuff that's happening, but the stuff that is happening, it's just like nothingness. That didn't make any sense at all. But you know what I mean? Like just the stuff that's happening, it's just like, okay, next. It's like not that interesting. It's boring. It's boring is what it is. And that's kind of what I've heard about this book, is that things don't really pick up till the last chunk of the story. Which, what the heck, man? I don't want to wait till the last chunk of the story for things to pick up. Come on now, let's pick it up right now. Yeehaw! So, I don't know. I'm really struggling with pushing myself to read this book, but this is one that I want to finish here pretty soon. So hopefully I can get back into it and just like plow through it. Giddy up, horsey, let's go! Then I have City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab, which I'm still super excited for this book, so I think I'll be able to get back into it here pretty soon. But I started reading it right before VidCon, and like the busyness of VidCon kind of got to me, but I also wasn't in a very big mood for middle grade, and this is a very middle grade story. Like the writing feels very middle grade, which makes sense because that's what this book is for. It's for that audience. I will say though that it's still pretty dark for its age group, so I'm excited to carry on reading it. I just need to get back into the mood for it. Then I have here Stars Above. I have been reading this book for way too long. I'm almost embarrassed. I am embarrassed, honestly. I feel like it was like February or March. I think it was March when I started reading this book. And I only have one last story. This is a novella bind-up set in the Lunar Chronicles world, and I only have the last story, and I think it's like 50 pages. But I just haven't felt like reading it. I'm the worst! Then I have The Coldest Girl in Coldtown by Holly Black, another story that I've been reading for way too long. I feel like this is definitely a February book, like a book I've been reading since February. I'm on page 114 of this book. Honestly, this is one of those books that I have been considering DNFing because I just have been struggling with it. I'm not loving it. The writing is just very dry, and I'm just not a fan of the characters. I don't even know if I will continue on with this book. Like, a part of me wants to just like keep going, keep pushing myself to read it, but the other part of me is like, this is not worth it. So if you guys have read this book and you think I should keep reading it, let me know down below in the comments. I don't know what to do at this point. I'm a mess. Next I have A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. This is one I should be even more embarrassed about. This is a reread for me though, so I'm not super embarrassed. Like, I have already read this book. I started rereading this book back in September of 2017, and the reason I wanted to reread it is because I didn't remember anything that happens in this story. I just have not been in the right state of mind to read a book like this, one that's kind of heavier on the romance. I should really have a readathon for all these books I've started and have yet to complete. And the last one, I am for sure like, why the heck have you not finished this, Jesse? And that is Every Heart a Doorway by Seanan Mcguire. There are two reasons why I'm really upset with myself that I haven't finished this book. The first reason is because it's hecka short, and the second reason is because I've been hecka loving this book so much. To be fair, I do think I picked this book up at the wrong time. I started reading this book when travel season started to pick up, and once travel season starts to pick up, I find it really difficult to maintain my reading life. But honestly, I need to get back into this book and finish it soon, because I really want to know how this story ends. So yeah, those are the books that I have started and have yet to complete because of my crazy mood reader lifestyle. Alright guys, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed this video, just having a little chit chat with you guys. I want to hear from you guys down below in the comments. What's a book that you're currently reading? How do you feel about TBR piles? Let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. I post videos frequently on this channel, so if you want to see more bookish content from me, be sure to go and hit subscribe, or go and click the little bell icon and you'll be notified every time I post new videos. As always, thanks for watching guys, and I will see you soon with a new video. Bye, chew. It's also hard to buy chew on my bed.